is what it can be called, but we're going to think of it more as peacock. We worked on it last week, so we'll just revisit it this week, going from our down dog into our peacock. So we'll put some peacocks in our transitions. And then I was also thinking we'd play, since it's kind of a funky weather day, a little funky hand placement and some funky arm balances. Are there any requests to throw into that little mix? No? Okay. Let's start in your favorite shape. Doesn't matter what it is. Unless it's handstand, that might be. So let's save that for next Thursday. We'll start in handstand Thursday. So Shavasana, child's pose, whatever feels good to you. There's no props necessary unless you want them. If you do, let me know. I'll be happy to get what you need. Close your eyes. Take a long, slow, deep breath in. And just sit with your breath for a few moments. Feel the temperature of the room. Maybe welcome any sounds that you hear around you. And then bring your awareness to your heart space and kind of check it out. See how you're feeling today. Maybe even invite one hand to the heart and physically feel the heartbeat underneath your hand. And then visualize the breath as it comes in through the nose like a white, warming light full of energy and healing. As it comes in through the body, it lights you up from the inside out. Know and trust that the earth provides support. So whatever's pressing into the earth, draw energy and love and support up from that space. Go ahead and take one more big breath in whatever shape you're in. Part your lips to sigh it out and let it go. Good. If you're in child's pose and you'd like, you can walk your arms from one side and then to the other, maybe taking a side stretch. If you're reclining on your back, maybe invite your arms overhead, take a long, sleepy stretch. If you're seated in a hero pose, maybe forward fold, just find some way to move your body that complements the shape that you're in. Good, yogis. Take a big breath, and wherever you are, whatever shape you're in, meet me in a downward facing dog. Get right on into it this morning. So check it out. We'll be here for a couple of breaths. Spread your fingers nice and wide. Grip the earth with your fingertips. And then do the opposite of what we normally ask by rolling your shoulders towards your ears. You'll feel the chest come a little further through towards the earth. And there's a bit of instability here. So we want to go with the opposite. Roll your shoulders away. And then simultaneously, you'll feel the legs want to fire up. So engage the quadriceps. If your heels are flat on the earth, widen your down dog. Walk your feet back a little bit. Give yourself space to grow. And if your down dog is already really long and you feel like you're right where you need to be, then lift your toes. There's always some place to go. Draw your belly button in. Pedal out your knees a little bit, side to side. Bring your big toes together to touch. Lift your right leg high to the sky. Point your knee. Point your toes and roll that ankle around. Keep that engagement through your shoulders, rolling them away. Reverse it, other side. Extend your right leg long, square your hips off. Flex your right foot. That right there, you should feel something already in that left leg. Now turn your right toes towards the left wall. Feel the top of the right thigh press into the inner left thigh. With your right leg straight and your hips square, see if you can lift your right leg just a touch. It may not go up far at all. You should feel a lot in the left calf, hamstring, IT band. Press out through that right heel. One more breath here. And then lift it up, point that right knee high to the sky. Should feel good to open the hip. Right knee to nose, thigh to ribs. Push hard into your hands. Shift your shoulders over your wrists. Come to your left tippy toes. Inhale, lift that right leg high. Twice more, knee to nose, more importantly, thigh to ribs. Push away. One more, yogis, right leg high. Knee to nose, thigh to ribs. Place your right knee down. Spin your right shin to the right, anchor through your left arm. Sweep your left arm up and over, modified side plank pose. If it feels good, shift your shoulders slightly forward and lift your left leg, modified half moon. Reach that left arm way back behind you, grab a hold of the top of the foot, hug your heel to your sits. Squeeze it in. Try to peel your heel as close to the glute as you can. And then with that connection, try to kick your left knee towards the wall behind you. Stay there or begin to now kick that foot into the hand, create a circle with the upper body. Look up, get a nice stretch through the left arm. Release your left leg long, keep it lifted, reach your left bicep to ear. And then left foot to the earth, lift your chest, stack your shoulders over your hips, modified warrior two. Peaceful warrior, left arm reaches towards the outside of that left leg, right arm up and over. And then circle your upper body down. Send your hips towards your right heel and your chest towards the earth. One more breath in here. Lift your chest. And now slide your right heel slightly forward so you can have a seat behind the heel. Bend your left knee. Let your left hand find the inside of this left leg and reach your right arm up and over. It's still really early, but if it feels good to you, you could reach this right arm behind you, circle your left arm underneath and find a little bind. If you're like, nope, too early, fish hook bind, left arm around the outside of your left leg. And then shifting into a little modified bird of paradise. Over onto that right hip, reach your left leg up and then bend it. And then straighten it and bend it. Straighten it and bend it. One more. Straighten it, bend it, step it right back to where it came from. Left arm reaches out towards left foot, right bicep to ear. Cartwheel the hands. Come into a little modified tabletop. Right toes are tucked under. Hover your right knee, belly to thigh. Step your right leg high. And then step it right back through. Place it between the hands to lunge. Hips go low, heart high. Wide-legged pyramid, straighten both your legs. Keep your left heel stacked over the ball of the foot and look at your left foot. That's what your crescent lunge foot should look like. Send your left heel towards the earth. Keep your right leg as it is. That's what most of our crescent lunge back foot looks like. Lift it back up, stack it over. That's what we're going to look like when we come to crescent lunge. Bend your right knee. Lower the left knee down. Arms sweep up, Anjaneyasana. Breathe here. Interlace your hands back behind you, fist towards the earth. Squeeze the glutes, lift the heart, lift the pelvic floor. One more breath in. Circle the arms around, forward. Let your heart come parallel with the earth. Reach forward, biceps to ears. Twice more. Fingertips go down towards the earth. Reach your arms up this time. And then they go back and around like you're going to give somebody a giant hug. Straighten your right leg, flex the hips back. One more. Circle them down to come up. And around and forward. Ooh. Have a seat on your left heel. Reach your arms up first. You can support with the earth if you need to. And then come down and forward. Keep flexing your right foot. Pull your right hip back a little more if you can. Heart goes forward on an inhale. And exhale, fold. 2 more cycles of breath. Inhale, lengthen, pull the hips back. Exhale, fold. Relax your jaw. 1 more. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale to fold. Anjane, lunge it forward. Left arm is going to support you. Sweep the right arm high. Circle your right arm back. Bend your left knee. Reach for the inside of that foot. Push that heel towards the outer left side of the mat. Kick the foot into the hand. Come higher with your heart. And then begin to hug it in. Maybe lifting that right big toe and really letting the hip open. Roll the right shoulder down the back body. Push harder through your left hand. Look up. Release that foot back. Tuck your toes under. Straighten both your legs. Wide-legged pyramid. Send the hips back. Walk your hands back about mid-shin. Tent up your hands. Flex your right foot. Keep your left heel high on this pass-through. Take your straight right leg and back behind you. Yeah. If you have a wall, lucky you. Walk your hands back towards your feet and use that wall to really push into your standing split. Notice your right toes. If you're like me, it's a lot easier to open your right hip than it is to close it off. But let's close it off. Look at that beautiful crystal. Hips nice and open. Slide your shoulders out of your ears. Walk it back out, 3-legged dog. Good. Right foot joins left. Ripple forward. Find high plank. Lower knees, chest, chin. Elbows by the ribs. Heart space melting through. Pull your shoulders away from your ears. To the belly you go. First one. Big toes are going to stay together. Baby cobra pose. Push through tops of feet. Activate your glutes. Lift your chest. Hover your hands and try to touch floating ribs with your elbows. Back of the neck is nice and long. Take 2 more cycles of breath here. See if you can find some height and space. And then release. Push to child's pose. Knees wide, toes together. 1 full cycle of breath here. Part the lips to sigh out and let it go. Good. Come through to swan. Ripple forward. Hips down. Heart high. Toes towards the sky. Look up. Tuck toes down. Dog. Couple of breaths here. Pedal out your knees, sway your hips, and just bring your awareness to how this down dog feels. Already, just that tiny bit of movement. So good. Left leg high to the sky. Bend the knee and open the hip. Point that left knee, point your toes. Roll your foot and your ankle out. And roll it the opposite way. Keep that mindful connection to the shoulders, pulling them away from the ears, spinning the forearms and elbow creases in and up. Left leg long, flex the foot, pause. You should see your toes. Really engage through that whole left leg. Start to turn the left toes towards the right wall now. Touching top of left thigh to inner right thigh. If you don't feel anything, let me know. I'll come and give you a beautiful, gentle assist. Really flex that foot. Really flex it. Good. See if you can lift it up just a little more without opening the hip. And now point the left toes, point the knee high to the sky. Inhale it here. On exhale, knee to nose, thigh to ribs, ripple forward. Keep that connection between leg and body. Inhale, lift it up. Knee to nose, thigh to ribs. You're coming to the tippiest of your toes on that right foot. One more. Lift it up. Knee to nose, thigh to ribs. Shift forward. Lower your left knee down. Spin your left shin to the left. Anchor through that right foot. Maybe take your left hand about a handprint forward. That will help with stability. Right arm high, modified side plank. Bicep to ear. Reach forward. Maybe hover right leg. Well done, yogis. Circle your right arm back behind you. Grab the top of that foot. Hug that heel to the right glute. Try to keep that connection. It doesn't matter if it makes it all the way there, but if you can squeeze it all the way in, great. And now keeping that connection between glute and heel, try to point your right knee even further towards the wall behind you and pull your right shoulder back. Look up. That's step one, you stay there, or begin to kick the foot into the hand, create that circular shape with the body. Release that right leg out, keep it lifted, right bicep to ear. Anchor through your right leg, lift your chest, stack your shoulders over your hips. Modified warrior two. Peaceful warrior, right arm down, left bicep to ear. I'm going to circle the body forward, send your hips back, walk your arms forward, bow it down. 3 cycles of breath here. Really sending the breath and the awareness to the inner right thigh line and groin. Anchor through the pinky toe edge of that right foot. Good. Lift your chest, yogis. Spin your left heel slightly forward so you can have a seat behind it. Now turn your right toes out, bending the right knee. Right arm inside of right leg, up and over you go. Reach with the left arm. Some of us will stay here. If you wish, you could go for your bind or your fishhook bind. Wrapping right arm around. A strap is always handy here. Lift your chest and your gaze. Shift onto the left hip and straighten your right leg out. Doesn't matter how straight it goes, y'all. Bend the right knee. Straighten it out. Bend that knee. Straighten it out. Bend it. Step it right back to where it came from. Open the arms out. Reach your left bicep to your one more stretch here. And then cartwheel your arms, plant your hands. Modified tabletop. Tuck your right toes under. Hover that left knee. Suck it all up and in. Send it high to the sky. Inhale here. Knee to nose, thigh to ribs. Step the foot between the hands. Long runners, lunge, inhale. Exhale, wide-legged pyramid pose. Right heel stacks over ball of foot. Now keeping left leg as is, send your right heel towards the earth. Now lift it right back up. Bend into the left knee, lower the right. Anjaneyasana, arms sweep high. Reach back, interlace hands behind you. Flip the crossing of the fingers. Squeezing heel of hand together if it's possible. Good, now reach your arms around. As you straighten your left leg, pull your hips back, biceps to ears, heart parallel with earth. Circle fingers down to touch the earth. Bend your left knee, arms sweep high. This time we go out and forward. Pull the hips back. Down and up you go. One more, out and around. Good, now keep the legs as they are. Lift your chest. Send it all the way back to have a seat on your right heel. Toes should still be tucked under. Look up. Fold forward. Find your breath. 3 cycles of breath here. Every breath lengthens. Every exhale squeezes, gives the heart a little hug from the inside out. Mindful of that left foot. Keep turning toes straight towards the sky. One more breath. Let it go. Take it forward, Anjane. Sweep arms high. Right hand is going to anchor. For your twist, left arm reaches, roll your heart open, reach back, bend that back knee, catch a hold of the inside to push the shin to open. Push harder through your right arm, hug it in. Maybe let your left big toe, side of the foot lift. Squeezing that foot into the hand, pull the heart open. Release it back, frame the foot, straighten both your legs. Keep your right heel lifted, that's gonna help you. Walk your hands back about shin width or hip width back towards the shin. And then push to your tinted hands, take your left leg up and back behind you. Walk your hands towards your standing leg, fold at the back of your mat. Remember, if you have that wall, use it. Keep dialing your left pinky toe edge down so you get a little more squaring of your hips. May not feel as good on the ego because you don't have as much height, but today's not the day for that guy to run the world, so let it go. Release everything down. Walk it out, three-legged dog. Downward facing dog, left foot joins right. Ripple forward, high plank pose. Knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga, you get to pick. Up dog or cobra. Push through your feet, squeeze your glutes, squeeze your shoulders. Roll over your toes, downward facing dog. One full cycle of breath here. Let the breath go. Inhale prepares you. Step, hop, or float to the top of your mat. Inhale, half lift. Squeeze belly fold, exhale. Root to rise, all the way up you go. Connect the palms, find a heart opener. Return to your heart. Inhale, circles it up. Exhale, forward fold. Half lift and lengthen. Step it back, hop it back, or handstand if you are a handstander. We're going to meet in our down dog, so flow through on your breath. Take your time. No rush to get there. Once you're there, 3 full cycles of breath. Shift forward, lower your knees to the earth. Good. Sit back on your untucked toes. Bring your hands together. Interlace and roll your wrists around. Reverse sits. Good. From here, we're coming forward for peacock. I'm going to turn to the side, but you stay just as you are. We're going to work peacock with our hands forward. Those of you who like to turn them back, if you have zero interest in ever coming into chin stand, then you do you. Keep your fingers back. Have fun. If you want to eventually use this as a vinyasa, then you must bring your hands forward. So they're going to make a bit of a W. You're going to bring them in, and you're aiming for, the purpose of this pose is for digestion. So you're aiming for kind of your solar plexus above the navel. Come forward. Now, when you come forward, momentum helps for sure, especially once you apply this to your vinyasa. But in the beginning, when we're learning this shape, the chin can be used as a little prop. So you would come forward, chin down. If you put your chin here, you will never lift your butt or your feet. You will just kiss your mat. So I lived there a long time. You got to come way forward, so forward that it feels like you're jumping off the deep end of a pool. Come forward. And then you have no choice but to lift, like legit. You have to. You're so far forward. So give it a shot. Let's see what happens before we apply it to some movement. The closer your hands are, which will mean that the closer your elbows are, and you want your elbows together. That's it. So there should be no hopping that has to happen. Crystal, you're going to need to come way forward, my friend. Not with your hands. Not with your hands. Your hands were perfect. Yeah, ha, ding, ding, ding. And that happens, right? In the beginning, we're scared. So I heard a quote this morning. God, this class is too short. I need 90 minutes. I heard a quote this morning, and it blew my mind. And maybe y'all have heard it a million times or never, but it was procrastination is simply the fear of failure. And I was like, God, it spoke to me. So I'm not saying you're procrastinating, but I did with this pose for a really long time. I was like, nope, I'm good. Don't need it. I'm fine. Down dog. Because I was afraid to fail and smush my face on the ground. But here's the deal. Failure's our biggest teacher. So don't be afraid to fall. Don't be afraid to kiss your mat. Do it. And in time and repetition and showing up, the body, that's the way you learn, my beautiful friend. That is the way. Well done. Yep. So you high five yourself and then you try it again. All right. So we're going to come forward. Now we're about to apply it to our vinyasas. So as you come forward, squeeze your booty a lot. A lot. It's a lot of booty. That's it. So that's your work. Now, from a vinyasa standpoint, we're going to come from a three-legged dog. So our leg will be lifted. This is our normal three-legged dog. If I'm going to apply that pose to it, you could from here, and you'll have this chance, you could take a one-legged chaturanga, right? Or you could shorten your stance by bringing your hands in a handprint and turning your hands in. When we're in our normal down dog, our index fingers are facing forward. This is very, very important. If we're going to play with this pose, our thumbs face forward. Then as we shift, we use that lifted leg to lift up. We press back up, and then we turn our hands back forward, and we meet in a down dog. That is how we apply it to our vinyasa. Okay, so take a big deep breath, and when you're ready, down dog. Just so we can all hit our reset button, take an inhale, hands to feet, top of mat, go. Well, look at that float, beautiful. Inhale, half lift, exhale, fold. Or go on up when you're ready. Stand it up all the way you go. And exhale to your heart. Close your eyes for a moment. Take a big breath in. Say, I am a superhero. Come on, y'all. Thank you. Well, yes, good. Let's do this together. Inhale, arms sweep high. Exhale, down you go. Half lift and lengthen. Step to plank. Hop it back, however you choose. Up dog or cobra. Down dog. Inhale, right leg high. Now, you can take a one-legged plank pose or walk your hands back about a handprint, shift forward. Right leg is lifted, so squeeze it like you're trying to touch the sky with your toes. Ooh, that was a slow transition. Well done, well done. Down dog. You got an extra little vinyasa in there. Good, take a big inhale. Exhale, let it go. Good, step, hop, or float to the top of your mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Come into your chair pose. Bend your knees, reach your arms high. Good, draw your hands together at your heart. Take a little twist. Left elbow outside of the right leg. Now press your prayer hands, thumbs to heart. Squeeze your shoulders on your back body. Open your arms up. Good, yogis. I'm going to give you some options. You're going to stay here. You're going to come down into a toe stand and maybe work your balance, bringing hands to heart and lifting your chest. Step one. Step two, side crow. Left hand, right arm's going to sneak way out. You're going to lift your butt. You're going to come forward. Now, if you are in this side crow variation, start to turn your toes towards the top of your mat and lower your right elbow. You got this. I know you do. It works only if you don't use your right elbow as a kickstand. Look at you. Well done, my friends. Wave at me. Hi. I got this. Lower your right hand. Okay, we got to come back. Oh, good. That is so much harder than coming down. Good. Chair pose. Inhale, reach arms high. Exhale, forward fold. Well done. Inhale, half lift. Vinyasa or skip it. Meet me in a down dog. Let's get off these strong arms. Inhale, lifts right leg. Knee to nose, thigh to ribs, shift it forward. Inhale, lift your right leg. Right knee, tap it to the right shoulder. As high on that right arm as you can get it. Just give it a nice little tap. Take it right back up. Inhale here. On the exhale, right knee towards that left arm. Pause. Left heel spins down. Fallen triangle or follow me. So if you're taking fallen triangle, right leg extends, lower the pinky toe, lift it up. If you're following me, keep your left hip over your right. Grab a hold of your right hand with your your right foot with your left hand. And now swing this right leg towards the top of your mat. And look up. Everybody meeting in fallen triangle now. Let me sing to you. Left hand down, splat asana. So pick your left heel up, lower all the way down to your chest, spin the left ear down. Arms out like a T. Keep your left toes tucked under. It's very easy to come into like a legit just splat version of Shavasana here, but it's an active pose. Now, if it's available to you, your left hand will find that right foot and you'll just kind of inchworm it closer towards top of mat. One more breath in here. Hands underneath your shoulders. Back toe should still be tucked under. Lift your chest. Lift your right hip. Right knee to nose, thigh to ribs. Inhale, lift it up and back. Crescent lunge. Look at your left heel. Remember where it's going to stay. Step it forward. Come on up. Good, yogis. Breathe here. See if you can soften your hips down. Stay where you are. Just taking a look around. Good. So maybe inchworm that back foot just a little bit more. Our crescent lunge is really a precursor to our Hanumanasana. So it's prepping these hip flexors to start to open up and soften. One more breath here. Open up Vira 2. Side angle pose. Your expression here, yogis, you get to do what feels good to you. Right hand to earth or block, maybe forearm to thigh. Binders, if you're a binder, go for it. Remember, the purpose of the bind is to open up that big, beautiful heart and the shoulders. So if it requires that you forward fold, then maybe grab a strap. Don't give up on the bind, though. You keep showing up, just use a strap, and in time, those hands will meet, I promise. Triangle pose, so with or without your bind, straighten your right leg. Binders, release your bind. Everyone, left bicep to ear, right fingertips, kind of tickle that left quadricep. Find your core. Reverse your triangle, legs stay as they are, left arm wraps behind you, right bicep to ear. Bend into your left knee, turn all 10 toes to face the side of your mat. So it's kind of like we did at the beginning of the practice, only our hips are high. Now maybe reach your arms out like you're gonna fly. You are a superhero. Breathe here. Toes stand at the back of your mat. Press into your fingertips, let your right foot join your left. Lift your chest. Squeeze your knees and squeeze your ankles. Close your right eye. Close your left, open your right. Close them both. Feel that wobble. Engage pelvic floor. Slow the breath down. It's okay if you fall out. It means you tried. Diver's pose or drinking bird pose. So we'll pass through divers to get to the other. So slowly rise on the balls of the feet. Take a little dive, shoulders in line with hips, arms reach back. If you got more in you, arms reach for the sky, lower your chest. Chair pose. Straighten your left leg, hug your right knee in. Give it a little squeeze. Extend your right leg long. Vinyasa 3, extend that right leg back. Keep your hips square. Half moon. Left hand can find the earth, or maybe it stays on a block. Keep your right big toe internally rotated. Maybe you want to reach back with that right hand, find that foot, hug it in, or kick the foot into the hand. Perhaps left hand is on the earth or at the heart. Revolved half moon. How slow can you swim to get there? Like you're moving through honey. Once you've found stability, if you wish, same thing. Left hand finds right foot, hug in. Remember, we're pulling heel towards outer right hip, not towards the middle. And then kick the foot into the hand. Back to warrior 3. Stand tall. Hug your right leg in. Right knee joins left. Reach back, find the top of the foot. Pause here. Pull your right shoulder back. That's what enables you to be able to kick this foot into the hand. If the right shoulder is internally rotated, it will be very difficult to open up. Nadarajasana, stay right where you are, or as you find the inside of the foot with the right hand, you come forward. Really kick that foot into the hand. Activate the right glute. Good. If you're in Nadarajasana, you can keep your chest where it is. Start to extend your right leg out like you're going to karate kick somebody at the top of your mat. We're going to meet in Prasarita, so get there however you choose. Step that right leg wide. Inhale, arms high. On the exhale, swan dive over. Inhale, half lift. Playtime, yogis. You get to get upside down if you choose to. If you wish, on your head you go, or you can also practice some handstand hops from here or forearm balance. If you are staying in your forward fold, please grab the feet or the legs with the hands, maybe peace symbol fingers, your yogi toes, and pull in. Remember, we're pulling shoulders out of ears, and we're rocking the weight to the balls of the feet. If you're in a headstand, remember, we want to keep an imaginary orange between the chin and the chest. So there's lots of freedom in the spine here. No congestion or compression. Slowly make your way back down. Maybe find a little hover of the toes above the earth. Everyone inhale, half lift. Walk it around. Find your lizard lunge, hands inside of right foot. So separate your feet hips distance apart, just like in your crescent lunge. Keep your left heel really high over that left foot and lower your left knee down. Keep your back toes tucked under. So you have an option. You could come all the way back for half Hanuman. If you have any shoulder stuff going, then this is your place to be today. Practice with compassion. If you've got the freedom in the body to do so, then you're going to follow me. Right shoulder's going to snuggle behind the right calf or ankle. Keeping back toes tucked under, you're going to start to singe your heels back into this other modified variation of baby Hanuman. And then you come forward. So much like you bent and straightened that leg in the beginning, kind of bend and straighten it here. One more breath in. Forward you go. If you are in this little snuggle, stay there. If you're not, go back to your lizard lunge. Tucking back toes under, lift your left knee. We're building Kundanyasana. So our right arm, turn this way so y'all can see me. Right arm is snuggled behind that calf. Back toes tucked under, lift your left knee, and then push through your hands like you're pushing the ground away. Wave at me with your right foot. Straighten your right leg a little or a lot. Chaturanga your arms. Pull the heart forward by pushing off of your left toes. And then take this right leg up and back behind you. Y'all, guess where we're at? Three-legged dog. You could take a vinyasa or skip it. That right leg is lifted. Fire it up. Maybe find your peacock. Or just try it. See what happens. Momentum. Go, go, go. That's the way. That's the way. That's the way. Good. So, Crystal, if you hug your elbows in a little more, it'll be more of a kickstand. What you're doing is actually working towards chin stand. And that is where this progresses to. So you're basically skipping the kickstand part, which is awesome because most people cannot do what you're doing. So if you can maintain that, just bring your chest a little more forward, you're in chin stand, which is where we melt the throat and the heart towards the ground. So just food for thought. Down dog is where we'll meet. We'll get the other side in if I can remember what we just did. Take a big breath in. Let the breath go. Step, hop, or float top of mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold all the way up. Come into a chair pose. Come all the way down. Just a couple of moments in our boat pose before we get our other side in. Good. Let's take a little twist. Rock your boat to the left. Reach the arms to the right. Go through your little boat pose. Up and over other side. Go through your little boat pose. Up and over to the other side. Everything is easier with an activated core. One more pass through each side. Low and up and over. Hug your knees into your chest. You're going to meet me in a chair pose. So if you need to rock back to get there, go for it, or try without. That's it. I got you. I got you. I'm pulling you forward. Rock back and up. That helps. There you are. Stand tall, everyone. On the exhale, fold, vinyasa or skip it. Know that you're going to get quite a few more. So if you want to skip it, skip it. Left leg lifts. So you get to play with peacock. If lifting the leg isn't helping you, then come down onto your knees, play with it on the ground. Or shorten that stance with the hands. Walk them back, a handprint. Shift forward, upper body goes forward. See what happens. Good, down dog. That's it. Look forward, step hopper, feet to top of mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Chair pose. Heels are softly swept apart, arms go high. Hands to heart. Take your twist to the left now. Right elbow outside of the leg. Open your arms up. Shift onto your toe stand and lift your chest. For some of us, this is step one. We hang here, we balance. If it's available, you snuggle that left leg high on the left arm. Reach your left arm out. Come forward and lift your feet. If you're comfortable there, you start to swing your feet. Swing, I use very lightly. There's not much swinging happening. It's more of a spin. Your feet to the top of the mat to lower your left forearm down. And we got to come forward. Oh, good. It's so much harder. I did. Nope, I didn't. Good. Well done. Good. A for effort. Inhale, the arms go high. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Vinyasa or skip it, down dog. Good, yogis. Left leg high to the sky. Knee to nose, side of ribs. Inhale, lift left leg. Left knee, left shoulder. Aim high, y'all. That's your Kundalini arm. Inhale, left leg high. Take it across the midline to the right shoulder. Pause. Spin the right heel down. Reach the right arm high. Fall in triangle or Vishva. You reach forward, grab the top of that foot. Start to swing that foot towards the top of the mat. Peekaboo up. Open it up. Fall in triangle. Hips go high. Right hand under right shoulder. Pop your right heel up. Pause. Lower to your left hip. Turn the right side of the face to the earth. Arms out like a T. Option to inchworm right hand towards the left leg, and then you slowly pull it up a little or a lot. Don't go to sleep on me yet. Keep pulling your left hip down and back, and your right hip down towards the earth. All right, hands go underneath your shoulders. We got to come out of here. Well, let's just go to Shavasana. No. All right, lift your chest, lift your left hip, left knee to nose, side of ribs. Inhale, take it up and back. Crescent lunge, get off your strong arms. So step that foot forward first. Keep your right heel lifted. You might even want to wiggle your right leg back first, and then you come up. There's so much more stability in a wide, solid foundation. Keep spinning the right hip down and think of the purpose of this pose, right? We want to lengthen that whole right hip flexor. Soften a little more if you can. We're here for one cycle of breath. And then spin it open, warrior two. Always freedom to adjust your stance. You're never stuck where you are. Side angle pose. Reaching bicep to ear, pulling the right ribs to open. Your expression here, bind if you're a binder. Maybe you find that fishhook bind. It's the best bind if you can't find the full bind, because you get that sensation of lifting up off of that left leg. You get the strength in the arms, the strength in the legs. Triangle pose. Straighten your left leg. Maybe lose the bind or keep hold. Binders, release your arms. Everyone, right bicep to ear, left fingers. Reach for that back quadricep. Reverse triangle. Keep legs as are. Right arm behind you, bicep to ear, left arm reaches. Good, release it. Take it over to this right leg. Turn all 10 toes to face the side of the mat. Bend your right knee. Arms go wide, chest goes forward. So although we're gazing down, beware of just letting the head fall and collapse. There's so much strength and grace in this pose. Maybe fly your arms, but keep the back of your neck long. It's an extension of your spine. Toe stand at the back of your mat. Keep facing the side. Left foot will join right. Lift your chest. Hands to heart balance. Fix your gaze on something not moving in front of you. We're going to slowly rise up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, arms reach high. Exhale, swan dive it forward. Hanging in your diver's pose, or go straight on into your drinking bird. It's like toppling tree with the heels lifted. Lower into a chair pose. Straightening and shifting onto your right leg. Say that 10 times. Hug your left knee in. Straighten your own leg out. Reach your arms high, biceps to ears. Pendulum swing it back. Try to keep hips level and square as best you can for warrior three. Wrap your ribs in, hollow your belly. Half moon. Right hand to a block or the earth. Slightly opening that left leg to the left. So that's the key here. As you lower the chest and you roll it to open, the left leg counterbalances by pulling it slightly forward. Once you've found stability, then you bend that left knee. But here's the thing. If you pull that left leg behind you, you'll fall out of balance. So although we're bending and moving, we're keeping things in their same plane. And that is what enables for stability. Release that leg if you have a hold of it. Shift through for revolved half moon. Left hand down, right arm high. And then again, if you've found stability and you feel like it, reach back, find that foot, hug it in. And then maybe kick that foot into the hand. But remember, we're pulling it towards the left versus towards the midline. Release it, stand tall, hug your leg in. Give it a little squeeze. Dancer pose, but don't skip the most important part, the setup, the foundation. So squeeze knee to knee, lower belly draws up and in. Pulling on the top of that foot, pulling your left shoulder back, kicking the knee down and then slightly back behind you. Awesome place to sit. Or you send that hand toward the inside of the foot now as you come forward. Squeeze your ribs. It's a back bend. So we always want to protect the low back and the mid back and the upper back by engaging the whole front body. Coming into Prasarita, however you want to get there, but maybe you kind of karate kick that left leg out to the left. And then bend your right knee, step it wide. Good. Inhale, arms sweep high. On the exhale, down you go. Hands underneath your shoulders this time. Inhale, half lift. Walk it out, wide-legged plank pose. Chaturanga. Push up. Chaturanga. Push up. Only one more chaturanga. Push up. Back you go. Keep your hands where they are, though, and send your shoulders towards one another, the opposite of what we ask in our down dog. Hammock pose, chest melts through. It should feel good. And now walk your hands back. Traveling to the left leg, find that lizard lunge. All the same options here, y'all. You can lower your right knee down. You could stay on your lizard. You could shift all the way back for your baby or half Hanuman, or you're going to follow me. Left arm wraps behind that calf or ankle. And you shift your hips back. So you're going to kind of drag that left leg with you a little. It's a shortened stance for sure. And then you come forward and bring your chest forward. So this shape leads to lots of good places. So feel free to revisit it anytime you find your lizard lunge. But today we'll take it to Kundanyasana. So you come forward. You're going to slightly, I'm going to turn on the diagonal. You're going to wiggle your right knee back because you're going to use these toes in the back to shift your body forward. So that's important. Hands, index fingers facing forward. Squeeze your elbows in, but not into your belly. It's going to stay outside of the chest. Come forward. So first straighten your arms, wave at me with the left leg. Begin to straighten it. As you shift forward, squeeze that right elbow towards the outer right ribs and squeeze your butt to lift. Take it up and back. Last little bit of vinyasa effort here if you want it. You're all set up for your peacock pose. If you want it, you can take it. If you don't, then meet me in a child's pose. Well done, superhumans. Child's pose, rest. How are we feeling? Bring your hands together. I didn't even let you answer. I'm just going to assume great. Bring your palms together And then bring your thumbs to the back of your neck. Stretch your triceps. Release your arms forward. Good. Slowly roll up. Swivel your legs forward. Give them a little shake, shake, shake. Inhale, arms sweep high. Let's just take a very easy forward fold. Now, if your back body is feeling any sort of yucky or congestion from all those heart openers that we did, because those peacocks, you have to use that back body to lift for sure, then the more you engage in this forward fold, the more release you're going to get. But another trick is put a block between your belly and your thighs and fold over onto that, and that will give the body a little release. Lift your chest, reach beyond whatever you have a hold of to come up and out. Right knee, bend it, pull the pinky toe edge of that foot outside of left leg. Reach back, left arm reaches high. On the exhale, twist. Snuggling that left arm outside of the right leg. Now, if you need a little more glute engagement here, instead wrap it around the shin and then interlace your hands and pull in to lift up as you twist. Keep left foot active. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, twist a little deeper. Another inhale, grow tall. And exhale, twist deeper. One more. Inhale, grow tall. And exhale to twist deeper. I'm going to give you an option. You could come into a straddle if you are good to go there. If you would rather a seated compass now, then you reach that right leg up, you thread your right arm under, bringing that right leg to the back, to your little backpack, top of right shoulder. Reach your right arm out and open that right leg a little or a lot. Peekaboo up towards the sky. Some people prefer this leg to be bent. To me, it doesn't matter. So you do you. If you're in your seated compass, you can bend that knee and maybe come into it just a little deeper, snuggling your right hand closer towards the outer right hip and lifting up. Bend it and release it. Both feet go back towards top of mat. Give them a little shake, shake, shake. Inhale, arms high. Exhale, fold. 2 cycles of breath here. Same thing. You can find a little yin-like pose, just kind of melting over. Or you can really pull on those feet and engage through the legs to find a little more active shape. Come on out. Other side. Left leg, bend it. Pinky toe, edge of foot outside of that thigh. Whatever expression you took on the other, you'll take here. So maybe reaching that arm around. I feel that more in my low back to mid back. But if your glutes are talking to you from using them for your peacocks, then this is always a nice variation to really squeeze in. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, twist deeper. 2 more. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, twisting just a little deeper. And then 1 more. Really fill it all the way up. And exhale, release your twist. Going back into your straddle or second round of your compass. So you pick this left leg up, placing the calf on the top of that left shoulder. Keep your right leg active. Find the top of the foot with the right hand. Reach your left arm way out so you get some space to lean into your shape. This is not just hamstring. This is a lot of shoulder. So a strap is super handy here. Maybe hug it in. Maybe walk your left hand in and see if you can find a little more space. This is less shoulder, but a lot more hamstring. And then hug it in. Release it out. Shake, shake, shake. Inhale, arms go high. On your exhale, C-curve your spine. Draw the belly button in to roll all the way back. Once you're there, hug your knees into your chest. Yogis, we're about ready for final rest. So if you like, maybe just take some simple spinal twists. If you need legs up the wall or a shoulder stand or whatever is necessary for you to feel complete within your own practice, this is your free time. And I like to think that that's what separates a Vinyasa 3 class from all other classes. It's not the handstand or the headstand or the arm balancing. That's just the little cherry on top of the cake. But the cake is knowing what your body needs and really honoring that. Practicing compassion for the self. The word self-compassion sometimes seems a little selfish, right? I hate that that word comes first, but compassion for the self is so much kinder, creating ease and comfort within the body, eradicating dis-ease. In whatever shape you're found, feel free to hang there as long as it feels good to you. As soon as you're ready for final rest, you need no invitation. Feel free to head there. This time is super important. Definitely the most important of the time we've shared together. You deserve a few moments of quiet and peace. So please give yourself that gift of time. Allow this earth to support you. Allow the body to relax and let go. Allow the belly to soften and the breath to be easy. If you'd like oil for your wrists, you can bring your arms overhead or just leave them where you're comfortable and I'll pass you by. Bring your awareness to the breath and allow it to move with ease throughout the body. Feel the earth underneath you supporting you, the drum of the heartbeat waking you. Draw the breath in slowly and fully and light the whole body up with warmth and clarity and compassion. And as you exhale, give yourself a giant hug. We'll finish our class with a little reading about self-compassion. A moment of self-compassion can change your entire day. A string of such moments can change the course of your life. When you're ready, find Sukhasana, your comfy, happy seat. Sit tall through your spine, let your eyes remain closed. Compassion for the self, aka ahimsa. It's what we practice when we step onto our mat. We practice from a place of love and adventure and fun and curiosity versus criticism or doubt or fear. Well, sometimes fear shows up, but we remind it that it's not welcome here. So thank you for practicing from a beautiful place of compassion for the self and fun. And I am so grateful and love you all so very big. Hands together at the heart. Take a big breath in. Let that go. Thank you again, yogis. Much, much love. Om Shanti, Om Peace. Namaste.
Thank you, Ashley. Have a good day.
Thank you. You too. Namaste.